Got a question here. So, for those of us who haven't had to go through the eviction process quite yet, can you kind of give us just like a high level estimate on how much costs a landlord can potentially accumulate in going through this entire eviction process so that way they can kind of figure out for themselves maybe the maximum number they would be willing to offer for like a cash for keys scenario?
Oh yeah, yeah. So usually, the roundabout number I usually give my clients is like, well, one, your holding costs, right? It's one thing. Like, well, what's the reason that how many months are you already behind? How many months do you anticipate to be behind? Because what's the turnaround time, even on evictions, regularly before even COVID-19 happened? It was in Cook County. It was like 3 months, even if you had all your docs in order, like perfectly, and you got the earliest court date. Then you got to wait for the sheriff, and then the sheriff's coming out 6 weeks after that. So you're looking at 2 to 3 months. That was beforehand. So you've got that holding cost. So that's 3 months that the tenant's not paying, right? Already on what they had paid. Then you've got on top of that your filing fees. Estimate about 500. I would say you're estimating about 1,500 in fees. About, like, if you got attorney's fees, costs, etc. How many tenants you're serving, sheriff fees that can vary. If you have to issue an alias summons, they can vary. So 1,500 is a number that I put out there in terms of cost. Then add on the time. So usually I tell some of my landlords to upwards of 2,000, 2,500 might be worth it.
We have Bibek Das. He is the founder and managing partner of Das Law, with a focus on commercial and residential real estate transactions and litigation. He has spent the last 20 years educating and protecting Chicagoland investors and landlords. The focus of this month's meetup is on the processes related to the evictions, the sales of investment properties during this time, and the pertinent issues that tie the two together.